We've got a long day. Here it is June the 13th, and we're going to be doing our soil test all day today on all of our food plots we're going to be planting this year. Got all of our soil test kits. Waiting on Stephen to get here. We'll get loaded up, and we're going to run the roads today. We've got 10 or 12 food plots today. We've got a soil test, and it's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be hot, but let's get after it. Ride along with us. We finally made it to our first destination today. Me and Stephen got here to our Tennessee farm. This particular food plot's never had a food plot in it. So this will be the first year that we plant something in it. So we're gonna go ahead and do our soil test, see what this ground needs fertilizer wise and lime. And come about the end of July, we'll turn the dirt and we'll plant in this particular field. So we're gonna get our probe. We're going to take about 10 to 12 different samples in this field. About 5 to 7 inches deep is what we're looking for. We got to get below, if you'll look here, we've got to get below a lot of this and get down to where we're actually going to see what the nutrients in the ground needs. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to head to Abingdon, then to Mendota. So you guys follow along with us. We made it to Abingdon, up here at Stephen's farm, finishing a soil test. It's real important for you guys to understand when we're doing these soil tests, you want to make sure you do kind of a zigzag pattern. You know, you want to get multiple samples from your, it doesn't matter how big the plot is. It could be extremely small or, you know, up to 2 or 3, 4, 5 acres. But get multiple samples in different areas of the plot and do almost like a grid on it. That way you have a combination of different dirt. You know, you may move 10 feet and the dirt be completely different from where you was. So it's crucial to be able to do that in the entire food plot to make sure when we mix all the dirt together, we send it to the lab, they can give us the most accurate measurements of what the the soil needs for fertilizer and lime and stuff like that. So just a quick tip for you guys. Make sure you get plenty of samples from your food plot so you can get the accurate, soil testing done.
What he said. Sandy soil, a little bit. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're here at my 700 farm. We finished Stevens up in Abingdon, but we're here at 700 now. This food plot is almost right at 2 acres, and I've got it split kind of in half. The front part of it is clover. That's absolutely beautiful. Then the back part is what I plant my fall mix in, and it's loaded with clover and chicory, and there's some alfalfa in there from that fall blend. But I break this up into 2 sections. We won't do anything to this existing clover other than keeping it mowed, doing a soil test on it so I know what fertilizer and lime to put on it, but we won't turn this dirt at all this year because this clover is done phenomenal. We're just gonna keep it mowed, keep the weeds down out of it, but give it the, so we'll still have to do a soil test. But it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful. I mowed it about 2 weeks ago. As you can see, then there's a few weeds here and there, but it's absolutely loaded with clover. Then about right here is where I stop this clover, about right here. Then the rest of the way, all the way to the wood line is where we'll turn the dirt and we'll plant our horny buckseed fall blend that we're going to put in here. And the deer absolutely hammered it last year, and they'll do the same thing, I'm sure, this year. But you can see there's a ton of clover in here. Chicory. But I separate this. This is like I was talking before. I separate this into 2 different plots. Even though it's one big, huge field, we'll fertilize the clover different than what we'll fertilize the back here different, just according to what the soil calls for. Let's get started. We finished up another one. We're on one of my good friends' farm, Greg's farm. We actually have 3 different food plots here. One's pretty good size. It's about right at almost 2 acres. We have another one that's about 1/8 of an acre, then the other one's extremely small. Just getting finished up, getting our soil sample. What I like to do is put it in a Ziploc bag, then I'll transfer it once I get back, I set them back in the truck, but I'll transfer them into the AgSource Laboratories bags and then get them shipped out. But I put them in a Ziploc bag, a little bit easier to do that out here in the field. Well, we just finished up. We was able to get all 9 food plots done today. Total of about 7 acres out of the 9 food plots in 2 different states. We felt like we've run all day, but we got a lot accomplished. Now what I normally do is I put them in a Ziploc bag. I put all my soil tests in a Ziploc bag. This is a little bit easier for me to transfer them around. And then once I get home, I transfer them to the AgSource Laboratories packets. It's got all the information, tells you how to do it. Even got a envelope ready for you to send it in. So it's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And those guys at Horny Buckseed and the AgSource guys, if you're planting Horny Buckseed, it's already got your checklist, what you're actually going to be planting. That helps them determine, you know, what fertilizer and lime and stuff like that you need to do to the soil. So, you know, make sure you check those guys out. You know, it's $18 per soil test. Super simple. Send it in. About a week once they receive it, you'll get an email with the results, and they'll also mail it to you. So great job to those guys at AgSource and Horny Buckseed. But me and Stephen, we felt like we have run all day today. Getting this done is extremely hot, muggy. It's June the 13th. Be waiting on the results to come in once we get these mailed out. And we'll be hanging tree stands in the meantime, and we'll be planting the end of July, the 1st of August time frame is when we'll be planting all of our food plots. So it's that time of year to be thinking, you know, bucks are growing, fawns are starting to drop for us here in Southwest Virginia, Northeast Tennessee. It's just a great time to be alive, to be outside, even though it's hot and the bugs are terrible. Sweated like a frickin' greased pig today, but that's all par for the course. Stephen, you got anything to add?
No, I'm good. I'm just hungry.
Make sure, guys, hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, help share it with your family and friends if this video was helpful to you guys. We hope you enjoyed it. Until next week, we'll catch you on the journey. We made it. Cut. Normally I delay a few seconds. It gives him time to cut.
Okay.
How hard is this ground?